Welcome back to A Minute with Al, and this episode is the Credential Shift. Now, some of you have heard me speak about the fact that I detest all these initials after people's names. They look like ants trailing someone with a picnic basket. I think they're an excuse to try to prove credibility when otherwise you wouldn't have any. One person told me, these are important in my field. Well, fair enough, but if you're well known in your field, wouldn't you have a strong enough brand so that people recognize you're the expert and you wouldn't need all the initials? No one's ever asked me about initials. I could put 19 after my name. I never have. It makes me suspicious of other people. Why wouldn't they be suspicious about me? Right now, airlines are starting to hire pilots because they need them without college degrees. Trade schools, even public high schools, are proliferating in terms of what we might call blue-collar work. They're teaching juniors and seniors in high school, for example, to weld, or to be carpenters, or to be plumbers. And in one welding course I read about in the New York Times, the graduating seniors can immediately get jobs for $70,000. That's not bad at 18. And I went to school with a lot of kids who wasted their time there. They were marking time just getting their ticket stamped. You might say, well, they made contacts. I don't think so. A lot of them didn't graduate any smarter than when they went in. And so, I don't think this is a world about credentials or certifications or approvals or anything else. And so you ought to stop talking about them. You know, in my entire coaching and consulting and Fortune 500 career, I was asked for a credential only once, and that's when Roy Vagelos, the CEO of Merck, said, "Where'd you go to school?" I told him Rutgers because he went to Harvard and he wanted to let me know. Fair enough, they were a great client. Nobody else said, "Are you a CMC? Are you a CSP? Are you a CPA? Are you this?" No, they don't care. People in those cult-like places care, but not our buyers. And so what should we focus on? Should we go back to school to learn welding? I don't think so, but I do think you need street smarts. I do think you need to be able to relate to people. I do think you need to be able to understand social cues as well as social proof. And you don't take a course on aligning thought waves to do that. You look around, you understand what you see, and you formulate your own IP, and you give people advice. That's what it takes. People are not going to ask you for credentials. They're not going to ask you for what you do. And if they do, what you should tell them is this: here's what I create.